In a word, inspiring. The beauty, the views, surreal. This is Liberty National. The newest, shiniest addition to the landscape of the world's greatest city is poised for a premiere befitting its awesome stage. For her story has yet to be told. Liberty National is a tale of forgotten lands, perseverance, and dedication. The true tale of the American dream played out before its protector. This is Liberty National. Welcome to Lady Liberty Awaits, the story of Liberty National. On the eve of the Barclays, the official beginning of the PGA Tour playoffs for the FedEx Cup, crews at Liberty National worked down to the wire to prepare one of golf's great new venues for the ultimate coming-out party. In only 5 days, 125 of the world's best golfers will arrive on her shores to begin the quest for the FedEx Cup. It's the culmination of a dream 15 years in the making.
It is a coming-out party. A golf course or any item of this nature needs to be authenticated. And until the best in the world play it, it doesn't quite measure up to authentication. But it'll take talent to win. On television, I think the fact that people will see it, I think is a great thing too, because I think it'll bring its notability to this club for a long time to come.
We're looking at possible venues for future tournaments. They had just seeded some of the holes and there's some sod, still a lot of dirt. And I walked out and I saw the golf course and I saw the mounding and I saw the views. And I got on the phone and I called my boss and I said, "You got to come see this place. This is incredible. I think we found one." It just had so much potential. Being so close to Manhattan, you're in the #1 media market in the world with some of the most familiar images in the world of the Statue of Liberty and the Manhattan skyline. What better place to kick off the PGA Tour playoffs?
Every week, the best players in the world stand on tee boxes around the country, calmly gathering themselves as thousands watch their every move. That number will jump to 8 million when the Barclays comes to Jersey City. Watching closely is Lady Liberty in all her glory, so close, a wayward drive could dent her copper robe. The views are as breathtaking as the project was enormous. The extraordinary course on the shores of Jersey City becomes reality.
It was a very, very long journey, one that we thought was going to end many times.
It was without a doubt one of the ugliest pieces of property I had ever seen in my life. It was overgrown with weeds, there was dilapidated warehouses, there was rusty cars, just trash all over the place. It was just an eyesore on the landscape out there.
A waterfront wasteland of decaying piers and abandoned rail yards. And it was really a shameful, garbage-strewn, derelict area.
If we could ever pull this off, it would be one of the greatest reclamation projects in golf that the United States had ever seen.
It really speaks to the labor of love, Tom Kite and Bob Cupp designing it, obviously the firemen's, their deep pockets and love of golf. It really created a beautiful sanctuary in a place that you would never think would be able to pull it off.
Liberty National does not stand alone as a golf course built on forgotten lands. Augusta National was a tree nursery, an afterthought in Georgia agriculture. The home of the Players' Championship, TPC Sawgrass, was bought for $1, considered swampland that would never be anything more. Even the place where golf was born was only done so because the land was unsuitable for farming.
Golf doesn't always get the greatest pieces of property. St. Andrews is a perfect example. To be able to take a piece of property that nobody wants, that there's nothing that you can do with the property and put something special on it is incredible.
There's no question that bad land can become a nice golf course. This was one of those places that required 4 or 5x the imagination to get past what was hitting you in the face to what you knew could be there eventually.
Now as unique a golf course as any, Liberty National sits proudly on the banks of the Hudson as a beacon of hope, reminding those who came before what possibilities lie ahead.
I don't think this was necessarily undesirable land. I just think what it was used for had changed. It hadn't caught up with the times. Because of its location and because of its vicinity of Manhattan, it's made it one of the more desirable locations to build a golf course.
It's wonderful because nobody ever thought there would be a golf course here, for one thing. I mean, when you think of Jersey City, you don't think of a golf course.
I've never come across anything like this anywhere in golf, to have an area that was depressed, the land that was ugly, to see something so beautiful now. It's really a confluence of location, of want to, and patience, and the great game of golf all coming together to create a masterpiece that I think the PGA Tour, the players, the fans, the New York area will all come to know and love.
While the future here looks spectacular, it's only a small part of this land's unbelievable past. All along this area, there are still remnants of a bygone era. Iron and steel, once signs of industry and commerce, now lay silent, lost among the weeds. Every drip of water now, wearing away at its past. The history of the area around the Jersey City, New Jersey shoreline and Liberty National is rich with intrigue, tragedy, and perseverance. It is the American dream lost and then found all over again.
I had no idea the history of the site when we first got here, other than the fact that we're staring at the Statue of Liberty and, so many people had passed through this area to come to America.